Yesterday, Bitcoin saw a huge rejection from this horizontal resistance line on the daily time frame. And this horizontal level is a little bit too strong for now. So let's see if Bitcoin can create another attempt to gain this area to the top side and create more bullish price action. There are a lot of interesting formations I will talk about in this video, and I will update you about the markets. I will also have a look at the two altcoins, Thorchain RUNE and DogWifHat, but about that later in the video. There's also a lot of interesting information and data coming into the market for the Bitcoin and the Ethereum ETFs. I will have a look at the Fear and Greed Index and a lot of other interesting stuff in this video. So watch this video all the way to the end, like the video, and let's dive right into the charts. So as I was saying, Bitcoin got rejected by this huge horizontal resistance around the $64,000, and yesterday we saw a nice pump to this level and we got a huge rejection. So we now have to aim for a little bit of lower prices. But this level has a lot of interesting information here in the past, and we can see a lot of price interactions once we reach this level. So this level is a little bit too strong for now, and we can see that this previous resistance was coming into play. So every time we touch this level, we saw a price interaction for Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is still in this uptrend on the daily time frame. So let's see if Bitcoin can see another attempt of this level to gain it to the top side and then create more bullish price action. And let's then have a look at the charts I'm always discussing with you. With this horizontal support and resistance levels, we can see that yesterday we saw a big rejection from this level, and that was around the $64,000. And as I was saying, that if we see a rejection from this level, we could come back all the way to the $60,500, and this could have of course a little bit of a bearish effect. But on the daily time frame, Bitcoin is still in this uptrend, so let's see if Bitcoin can create a higher high and gain this level to the top side, because that would of course be very bullish. And every time we gain a level to the top side, it is looking very bullish. But for now it's looking a little bit like a bearish retest, and we could also potentially see lower levels from here, and that would indicate a bearish trend reversal. So that is not what we want to see, of course, for Bitcoin. So let's see if Bitcoin can gain this area again and create the new higher high after this previous high. And yesterday the Bitcoin ETFs had a very bullish day. We saw a total inflow of $235.2 million, so that is insane of course. We see that Grayscale wasn't selling anything, and we can see that BlackRock and Fidelity are buying like crazy. So that is exactly what we want to see. So this is a very huge inflow yesterday into the Bitcoin ETFs. And we can now see that we're all coming close to this previous all-time high of around $18.5 billion. So let's see if we can see another spike to the top side for the Bitcoin ETFs, because it would also have a very bullish effect on the price of Bitcoin, of course. And if we then have a look at the Ethereum ETFs, we saw nothing yesterday, and that's also very interesting to see, because there are no inflows or outflows. So this is very weird to see actually. So let's see if this weekend ends strong for Ethereum, and if we're going to see a lot of inflows again for the Ethereum ETFs. And on the daily chart, we can also see this huge ascending triangle is unfolding. We can see this rising wedge is having multiple touch points on the top side as resistance and also on the lower side as support. And eventually this rising wedge is coming to an apex, and the price will be getting squeezed into this price compression. So currently Bitcoin is at this lower trend line support. So let's see if we can see a bounce from this level back to the top side resistance. And if Bitcoin comes back to the top side resistance, we're immediately creating a higher high. And that's exactly what we want to see, because we are still in this uptrend for Bitcoin on the daily time frame. And yeah, currently we are at the support. So let's see if we can push up to the top side resistance again. And of course we want to see a bullish break to the top side, and that would be very bullish of course. But this rising wedge formation is a typical bearish biased pattern, and it tends to break to the downside more often. So we could also potentially see a break to the downside, a retest of the support to turn it into resistance, and then aim for lower prices. But that is the bearish scenario, and that's of course not what we want to see. So let's see if this formation can see more bullishness in the coming days. And as I was saying, Bitcoin is still in the uptrend on the daily time frame. As we can see, we are creating higher lows and higher highs. And last week we created this higher low structure. So this is looking very bullish for Bitcoin. And let's see if Bitcoin can maintain this structure to the top side, create a new higher high after this previous high, and also a higher low again. And that of course will indicate that we are still in this bullish momentum to the top side. And the trend is your friend until it ends. So until we're not going up anymore, we will go down. But after that, but before that, we just will go up again, and that is the trend. So we always have to trade with the trend, and currently we are creating this higher low structure. So let's see if Bitcoin can also create a higher high. And if we have a look at the Fear and Greed Index, we are back in stages of neutral, and we are at the 49. And we're now trading in stages of neutral for a long time already. And the next few weeks will decide if we're going to back to greed or to fear again. And last month we saw stages of fear, and that was exactly the point where you should be buying more Bitcoin. Because once we're in fear, you want to buy into the market, and once we're in greed, you want to sell a little bit to take in your profits. And looking at the weekly chart for Bitcoin, we can see that we are still in this huge bull flag formation. We created these highs on this previous cycle, then we came to a bear market low, and from there we saw a huge run up to this bull flag formation, and we're now consolidating for over 8 months already. So eventually I think this bull flag will break out bullish, and if we are breaking out bullish, we will see those exponential moves to the top side. And the breakout target of this bull flag formation will be around to $108,000. So that is insane, of course. And of course, we came to this huge support area on the lower side, and we saw a bounce last week. So we're now back at this top side resistance. So let's see if Bitcoin can create a bullish breakout and eventually see this exponential move to the top side. And the first interesting altcoin I want to have a look at is RUNE. RUNE was in this huge falling wedge to the downside, which I was talking about on my socials a lot. Just like you can see here, we broke out of this huge falling wedge to the top side, and I was expecting that we were going to see a beautiful bullish retest, and that's exactly what RUNE was doing. And at this bullish retest, I was warning you that I was going to buy more RUNE. And that is exactly what we did. And from the point of this bullish retest, we saw a beautiful gain to the top side. We even broke this horizontal resistance area on the daily time frame, and this is very bullish to see, of course. And from the point of the breakout, RUNE was already up for more than almost 60%, so that is insane, of course. So congratulations if you took this trade together with me. So the breakout target of this falling wedge formation hasn't reached yet, because it will be confluent with the top side of the formation, and that will be around the $9.5. So there is still a long road for RUNE to come if we want to see that breakout target getting hit. And for now we are at the $5, so that's almost a 2x from here. And let me know in the comments if you took this trade together with me for RUNE, and if you're going to take profits as well. The next interesting altcoin I want to have a look at is DogWifHat. I've been talking about this altcoin on my socials as well, because it is showing very interesting price action. And yeah, WIF was back at the $2 a couple of weeks ago, and we saw that this huge horizontal resistance area was coming into play. So this was the make or break point for DogWifHat. And we can see that we broke to the top side, and this altcoin created a bullish retest to test the previous resistance and support. And from this level, I was also entering the market for WIF, because previous resistance was getting turned into support. And on this bullish retest at the support, you want to enter the market in the long, and then you can aim for higher targets. And from the point of the bullish retest, WIF is already up for more than 30%. So this was also a very interesting trade to make on WIF. So let me know in the comments if you took this trade together with me, because we are seeing significant gain for this meme coin. And let's see if we can create more bullish top side, because there's also a lot of interesting resistance laying here on the higher side. And these are also the prices that you want to take profits in, because this is a very big resistance, and if we're going to come back to this level, you especially want to take profits at this level. But it's looking very bullish for WIF, because we are now in this bullish uptrend on the daily time frame. Please give a like if you find the video useful, follow me on my other socials, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.